do this video. I don't go to work because I have to. I put on these jeans,
these shoes,
these gloves,
because I need something as reliable as I am.
Because they keep me light on my feet.
Because my hands are my tools.
Sometimes it's hard to keep up.
The hours are long.
my body wants to quit.
But I'm proud.
It's who I am.
It's my grind.
This is our coffee. And this is how it lives.
Hey, this is Hall of Famer Devon Dudley, and you're watching every Sunday, okay, the hashtag show. Remember, hashtag show, HAS, hashtag show. And if you don't, then, well, I guess I'm going to put your ass through a table. Testify.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to THS Wrestling Presents That Wrestling Show. Matthew, what's going on? Ken, what is going on? Guys, we're going to talk about Adam Cole, baby. We're going to talk about that new NXT logo. We're going to talk about Heel Becky Lynch, and we're going to give our quick predictions about All Out.
Preview, not they gotta wait for the predictions.
Oh, I'm sorry, preview. Predictions we're doing later.
Yeah, they gotta wait for that.
My name is John, and I am joined, as always, by my good friend Neeson. Neeson, hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you doing on this fine, bloody hot Sunday?
Oh boy, I just got back from walking the dogs, and it was not great. Not great, I tell you. Thomas is back. Thomas, what's up, dude? How are you?
What's up, man?
I believe NWA is happening right now.
NWA is happening right now. Ric Flair came out. Got a thank you, Rick chant going.
That's great.
Pretty nuts, guys.
Love it. The new NXT logo is dumber than a bag of rocks. We're going to get into it in a minute here. Where's Johnny Parker? I think he still might be in Vegas, just partying his life away.
It's a high chance that is possible.
That's the last time I saw Johnny Parker. Who knows? Maybe we'll see him next weekend for All Out. Who knows?
Who knows?
We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And make sure you check out our Instagram, instagram.com/ths.wrestling. Look at that. Just down at the bottom. It's right there, guys. My goodness. All right. Let's I forgot about Death Wish Coffee, the strongest coffee in the known universe. Use the code #show at checkout for 10% off your purchase. I am fresh out of Death Wish Coffee, and it shows in every aspect of my life. Every aspect of my life, Neeson. All right, let's talk about Adam Cole. He seemingly his contract is up. We know that much. We know that his contract is up. Is this I was like, is this the last image we'll see of Adam Cole on WWE television? Well, no, it wasn't, because on Friday or Thursday afternoon he did this. It was a action. Was it a action figure?
It was a Mattel. Basically reveal.
Yeah,
of their new line.
Him and Johnny Gargano.
By the way, guys, this is wonderful. You guys should watch it.
I read afterwards. Johnny Gargano said, "Yeah, we almost did a podcast."
Yes,
like a year before.
It's their chemistry is they improv the whole thing, and man, if this didn't tell you that these two guys are like top tier stars on any company, just give them a mic and let it go. if you didn't know that by now, you know that now, guys. It's one hell of a watch.
So I mean, that could be the last time we see Adam Cole on WWE television. I mean, the rumors, I feel like Matt Hardy tweeted something. I heard Shohei Ohtani drinks Death Wish coffee before every game. You know, that's right, Matthew. I believe the man has over 40 home runs now. He's just running away with it. Hey, you know what? The Angels aren't good. And I'm sure that their team gets booed at home, but I'm pretty sure their players don't not only give a thumbs down sign when they do good. I don't think they also tell the media that it's directed towards the fans. Way to go, Mets. Anyway.
All right.
Anyway. Adam Cole, Matt Hardy tweeted something out. I'm sure I believe Britt Baker also, she also tweeted something out. There's a lot of rumors going around. We also, what's that?
It was the prayer hands of her at TakeOver.
She
did.
And we also, something that I actually didn't notice that somebody brought up, it's CM Punk's shoes.
Yes.
I think I have the picture of it. He put two initials on it. He had BW, which everyone is assuming is Bray Wyatt.
Uh-huh.
And it's right here. I got it. I got it. And AC on his other shoe. And people are assuming that is for one Adam Cole. So what do you think, Neeson? I know we've talked about this off air a little bit. Do you think Adam Cole is going to show up at who I would assume at this point at All Out because his contract is up. He can go wherever he wants, do whatever he wants. Or do you think he shows up somewhere on Raw or SmackDown this week? Or if he doesn't show up at all this week, where do you think he goes ultimately?
Okay, I'm going to switch that question around and say, where do I want him to show up at? And then where do I think he'll show up at? I wanted him to show up at SmackDown. I want him to stay in WWE. I wouldn't mind him showing up in Raw. Where do I think he's going to show up at? I mean, if he does show up at AEW, he'll definitely be at All Out. That will be the most prominent place for him to show up at. But I definitely think the right move for him, look, Adam Cole will be money wherever he goes. If he goes to AEW, he'll be with his fiance. That crowd is going to erupt. They have the energy to have the momentum. I mean, it's already pretty much a sign, seal, and deliver that Daniel Bryan is going to be a part of AEW as well. So, I think it's just a lot of energy around that. My problem is that with that, AEW does. I talk about this all the time. They have all the talent, but they don't have the stories to me. CM Punk versus Darby Allen sounds cool, but who's the heel and who's the face? Is it just like, hey, I want to wrestle you, so I'm going to wrestle you? What is the purpose of that? If that's what we're going to get, then I guess that's okay for that audience, but I just need more stories along with it. I think their best story was Hangman, fortunately, but unfortunately he's taking time off because his wife is pregnant. So, we have the Christian thing. Where's the story at? So I think Adam Cole has a primed opportunity to not only step onto Raw or SmackDown and be a main event character. If he steps on Raw, it's him versus AJ Styles for his first feud. He keeps calling himself the greatest of his generation. There are once in a lifetime talent of his generation. You have that versus the phenomenal one. They start a feud, boom, that kicks him off just like Chris Jericho did for AJ Styles when he first came in. Whatever the case, you jumpstart him, bam, now he's at the top of the mid card. And soon as Big E cashes in on Bobby Lashley, we have Adam Cole Bebe right there to be the main antagonist for protagonist. One of those things. The antagonist. Yeah, the antagonist for Big E, and I just think that fits right into that lane, because then you have all these other people that Adam Cole could face off against, like a Damian Priest on his way up to the mid card, like Xavier Woods, like a Kofi Kingston, so many people. So I want him to show up to Raw. I really want him to show up to SmackDown and face Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental title, or Finn Balor. But hey, if he doesn't show up to All Out, I will say this last thing. If he doesn't show up to All Out, I wouldn't be surprised he shows up to WWE's Super Show on SmackDown at MSG. Those are my predictions. If he doesn't show up on Monday, he's gonna show up on All Out. If he doesn't show up on All Out, he will be on the Super Show on Madison Square Garden. Where do you think he's gonna show up, Pingle?
So the first thing I want to say is when you talk about the AEW and not having the stories, you mentioned and I'm going to play devil's advocate just a little bit.
Yes, please.
You mentioned CM Punk versus Darby Allen, just kind of being a match with no story. I feel like we got that in NXT with Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and that was one of the best matches we've seen in a while. It was just happened. It was just a debut, and that was it.
You're right, but that was also Sami Zayn's send off, and I felt like everybody knew that was that. Like Sami was already working both, like, and now that was like, well, it was literally like, well, I want to fight again. I want to fight the best or something like that, right? To William Regal, and then Shinsuke just pops up on the screen, and everybody's like, oh my God, like. It's like, yeah, I see you at TakeOver sort of thing. So I think that's you're right about the story, but I think it's AEW has this thing of, yes, they're great at giving fans what they want. They're great at giving the matches of fans that what they want, but they could easily fall into this thing if they're not careful of it just being highlight reels. And right. All right, I'm just gonna watch. Okay, CM Punk is. I'm just going for that match because
it could become 2 PWG, is what you're saying.
It could be. And what have I? That's crazy you said that, because what have I been saying from the inception of AEW is that it is PWG on television, and it besides the main, because PWG was like that. Besides like the main title, right? Like it'll have a story that went with it, but other than that, it was just dope hot matches that you will see.
And that we will be seeing, sir.
Yeah, we will be seeing. Yes. Oh man. So look, I hope he shows up. I think WWE does not give a person that much. Like, yes, the Mattel thing was shot a month ago, but they also knew his contract was up. Oh yeah, it was pre-tape. So, but they also knew his contract was up a month ago. They also did the up, down deal, which that the Uno cards thing is that's not a small bag. That's a big bag. Oh, they also did the Wendy's sponsorship, which I found was interesting, that Adam Cole and Breeze was in the back while Xavier was the only one talking. Found that very interesting. Also, I watched the live Battle of the Brands, and this clip is going viral, but I watched it, and Xavier says they have on the Adam Cole and the Bebe's hoodie. He was like, yeah, you better get these while you still can. Now, I will say that they still have Breeze shirts up. They still have, so it's one of those things to where he could just be like, yeah, you better get them while it's hot. But it could mean something else. He has been saying he just wants his friend. He's been trying to look out for his friends. He wants his friends to do. We know that Xavier Woods has been going to back for Adam Cole, moving him up. So I just feel like WWE is not stupid enough to let that go. And it's really on Adam Cole's, like, yo, like whatever he wants to do, but the ball is in his court. If he stays at WWE, he's instantly gonna be in a main event picture.
I hope so.
They're gonna treat him like AJ Styles. Like that's exactly what they're gonna treat him like.
I hope so. For him, I think that would be great. And we all know the 180 I've done on Adam Cole. But yeah, for his sake, I think either way he's going to be fine. Either way is a great decision. Yeah. But I mean, he could have WWE by the right now because they're losing a lot of people.
I mean. I know we're going to move on to possibly NXT. I would ask you this. Do you think they're losing a lot of people, or are they losing a lot of the right people?
I don't know, because it's like, I think they're so you, as in they should, everyone they're letting go, they were like, yeah, that was a good idea.
Yeah. Like Tony Khan spoke about the recent releases. Tony Khan.
Oh, Tony Khan did.
Yeah. Tony Khan spoke about the recent releases of WWE, and he said, it's clear that they're trying to get under a certain profit line, and they just had a flux of talent, and they had so much talent that they had to cut. They had to cut bait, and he's like, I'm sure they did not want them. They did not want to cut these people, but they had to. And now that they have a place to go, it's and that's why Vince said in there, like, hey man, maybe we could give them some more talent, because we gotta cut this down. Yeah. Right. And I think by them now cutting it down, it allows the time they actually have to literally be hyper focused on these people. And so
sorry, but listen, if that's the case for Adam Cole, that's the best case scenario. Then if they can actually concentrate on building him to be a big star on their main brand, I think then they did. If that's what's going to happen, then they let go of the right people. But if that's not going to happen and he shows up on AEW, then I don't know if they know what they're doing anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why it's an Adam Cole's thing. I think they definitely backed up the Brinks truck to him, and they said, "Hey, we want you," right? Like that's definitely not we should all be in agreement that WWE backed up the Brinks truck to Adam Cole. It's literally on him. And if he does decide to stay there, they literally have the time to dedicate to that. And to him,
and it, like, I think about it, they didn't really change a lot of, because like guys will come in from the indies and their styles will change. They didn't really touch him. He pretty much, but yes, he has been in NXT, so we don't know if when he goes to WWE, if they'll say don't do the Panama Sunrise anymore. But I don't know if that would be true or not. But
well, we speak about that. Finn Balor said it, and AJ Styles said it about how you come in with the mind that there's a WWE style, you have to change everything, and then it's once you just go back to being you and doing what you do, that's the thing. And I think, as fans, we hear this, they want you to be WWE style. You have to allow these, you have to allow moments to sink in and all these other things and You can't speed past things. Yes, which is true. But in NXT, you've seen that. I think you've seen that with the Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole. You've seen that with the Kyle O'Reilly matches. You've seen that any long feuds he had, they let those moments sink in. Yes, bang, 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 sink in. Bang, 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 sink in. And that's just the style of WWE today. I mean, we've seen it with not with the top 3 matches, not really anywhere on a SummerSlam card, but we see it on a day-to-day TV. Like we see those 5-star matches that we feel are like bang, 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 breath, bang, 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 breath, bang, casino, false finish, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Right. So,
did I ever say where I think he's going to go to AEW, but also like it's weird to say like I don't care. I don't care where he's gonna go because I know wherever he goes or stays, he'll be fine. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Do you want to? We are talking about NXT a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was released a little earlier this week. Some videos, and we got. I believe this is the new NXT logo. Have we gotten official confirmation? I know they just did like the the looking eyes and all this other random stuff, but this looks like the new NXT logo.
Yep.
I guess initial thoughts on the redesign, and what do you make of all the paint?
Initial thoughts were this is giving me very Rolling Loud vibes, and I don't like it. But literally, as I was walking somewhere today, and I kept thinking about it because I know we were going to talk about it, and I do like it. NXT was the indie rock show. NXT was the last place you see a big band blow up. It was the Roxy. It was the Viper. It was a classic, yet small venue that propelled your favorite band to the next level. I don't think they're changing that, but I do think they're changing the genre of music that they're playing. And I think it shows with Wale being on the intro. It's very hip hop. And why I didn't like it, and I said it was Rolling Loud vibes at first, because I was like, you're just trying to capitalize off hip hop. Like most of your stars are hip hop fans, and most of them have relationships with these artists. So it's like I felt like you're just trying to capitalize on it. But at the same time, you look at who was the finalist in the breakout, in the Superstar breakout.
Carmelo won it, right?
Carmelo Hayes and other guy, big guy, right? That was the finalist. Isaiah Swerve Scott, their hit row is a hit. In NXT. You even look at Phantasma, the group. They're very like Latin hip hop vibe to them. Everything that you're doing, it has a string of hip hopness to it. And so I think now we're just going to start getting the same feel of it being the Viper, the Roxy, but instead it's One Oak. It's these other clubs, these hip hop clubs that were playing, even the Roxy, but maybe on the Rocks, which is on the top of the Roxy, House of Blues. We're playing these smaller venues of hip hop. And I think that's just the vibe that we're going towards when we talk about shifting the look at Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is hip hop and he's the champion. And so once I started thinking like that, and I was like, I get it. Now you can have, because Raw and SmackDown are so Disney, yet they're so top 100 Billboard charts. Let NXT be the urban chart, and that's what they're gonna do.
So if the top two were like Disney, would NXT, who would you liken them to? Like Lucasfilms?
Yeah, I would liken to like Lucasfilms and
or I mean, I get not ESPN. Well, maybe ESPN. I don't know.
No, I would like it to Lucasfilms,
Pixar,
and John Fourier's own production company. I can't think of his name. I can't think of the name of it, but just because, like, no, Lucasfilms and Marvel. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what NXT is. Like, Disney is Disney, and they're gonna do Pixar, and they're gonna do, all the classics and hits and stuff. Like, Marvel still feels a little different sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, they still have that feel. And then you look at the Mandalorian. Shout out to the boss, the Blueprint, the Standard, the GOAT, the DDT Mandalorian, the Queen of the Cell, the ESPY award-winning Sasha Banks. You look at that and it feels different. It makes you forget sometimes that is a Disney product. So I think that's what NXT is going. And I know, Matthew, it burns your eyes and the paint. But look, I felt that way at first, but now I feel like it has life. I feel like this is the part you don't do the same thing if you need to breathe new life to it. And now I feel like we're getting a whole new life of NXT, and I'm excited for it.
I agree. Odyssey Jones was the
Odyssey Jones. That's his name.
Other guy in the finals there. Also, shout out to Carmelo. I'm so glad what a rocket they put on him.
Man, what was his name?
Casanova.
Yeah, I thought it was Casanova.
Yeah, oh my goodness, what was his Christian Casanova, dude?
Yeah, I thought that was his name.
In Beyond, and I was like, this dude is great. But let's bring up that logo again.
Guys,
I want to look at it again here. So obviously, let's just talk about the letters NXT. I think that is interesting just because of the way it is. It's laid out. It kind of
right.
Listen, I saw it at first and I went, "Oh, it looks like where do I buy this energy drink?" This is what it looks like. I don't know if the paint color is going to be like. I don't think the paint inside is going to be like the official color scheme of NXT. If they do a complete rebrand in color, I think that would be interesting as well. I mean, I like the black and gold brand. I mean, come on, it's classic. But I mean, Aubrey's making good points. It does look like but this is, it's a family show. It's sports entertainment. I don't hate it, but I'm not like over the moon. Like, what is this? This isn't like the new WCW. Do you remember the new one where it was like
yes,
the C was gigantic? It wasn't like, what the hell is this?
Seeing a little W's.
Yeah, and then you could people came through the C and the entrance. Whew. Listen, even when WCW was bad, it was still pretty bad. No, I love WCW. But I get everyone's point. It looks, Nickelodeon had a show logo similar that looked like that. I get it. I don't like. Listen, I'm not watching NXT live, so this doesn't really affect me. And honestly, if they keep putting out a decent enough product, I'm not gonna the logo isn't gonna make or break. I don't think the logo of a wrestling show has ever made or break. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna watch these two guys wrestle because the logo looks terrible. But I get everyone's point. It does. I go back and forth on it. That's just me.
I would say this. I don't think it's gonna be the last, the final look of it. But guys, Dynamite had the same type of vibe when it first showed their first promo. Color splashing, the whole thing, and then they settled on the white and gold. So everybody that's in here and that's talking about how NXT logo is trash, you did not trash AEW. I remember because we talked about it and everybody was so excited and everybody was taking up that it's a new feel. It feels like energy with the color splashing and and so now when NXT has not the same thing, but they're definitely trying to invoke energy in a different shift from the black and gold. Now, I do think they're going to stick with black and gold, but it is going to have some color.
I think they're going to stick with black and gold? Because to change all the ropes and everything would just cost them way too much money. So why would they
probably? But again, like this, when I saw that interview with Nick Khan, what I heard was we're about to make NXT a traveling own brand that it separates themselves from the different brands, but still fits in a WWE family. Just how we said Marvel, Locust Films, etc., etc. And I know this whole thing sounds weird, but this is why you cut money you cut a bunch of money, you take your top stars, you put them in smaller venues, you actually travel with it, and you have it feel different than the other things, and you still have the developmental thing. So I mean, I'm not overthinking it. I'm trying not to, rather. But I get people's disdain for it, and I get people. Triple H probably had his kids design it. I get I get people's disgust, but hey, man, I have faith, weirdly enough, and in NXT, I just think it's something different. And as wrestling fans, we scream for change, but we don't like change when it happens. So I'm optimistic.
Okay, let's move on to our new SmackDown Women's Champion. Becky Lynch made her return to SmackDown, and it looks like we're going the heel route here. I believe she said she wasn't going to apologize for anything. So we're headed down that road. I've also read that she was inspired by Roman Reigns and his heel turn to come back as a heel. What do you think of this, Neeson? Do you think this is the right... That's a great picture. What do you think? Do you think this is the right move to bring Becky back as a heel? Or do you think we should have role reversed here because Bianca kind of has a gripe, and I guess it would make more sense to be like, I wasn't prepared for you. You stole my title. I'm gonna choke you with my hair now. I don't know.
I know you're very for that one.
I know you're very like. I think we talked about this last weekend.
Yeah,
where Neeson is just very indifferent about what was going on with the whole situation.
Correct.
At SummerSlam.
Correct.
So I think I was like, no, Bianca's gonna be heel straight away. Just the way she was reacting, like, oh, okay, so this is how we're gonna do things. You're gonna come back and be the hero and catch me off guard, even though I've been here the whole time working my ass off. Okay. Becky would be a better heel than Belair. Okay. Neeson, what say you?
It's I keep thinking that, name a star that they built so dominant within a year, talking winning Royal Rumble, main eventing WrestleMania, and going on to be a staple in not only their show but the company, and being, I mean, right under Roman Reigns, if not equal, the main attraction for SummerSlam. To have them lose not only in 26 seconds, but to have it be non-clear that the opposition cheated to win, to make sure she was going to be a heel. That still just doesn't sit right with me as the day goes by. And then I watch SmackDown and I see they're doing a slow play with this Becky heel turn, which it doesn't hurt Bianca, but it doesn't help, because now Bianca is back to this fighting from down under thing, but she didn't need that. She needed to have credible contenders. And I'm sorry, but Zelina Vega, they haven't spent the time, money, and equity to build Zelina Vega into a credible contender. Carmella has been losing all year. So, like, they haven't spent the time, money, and equity in building Carmella. So if you and those are the only two people, besides Sasha and Bayley, which are not there. So it's, how can we get, and then you had Liv Morgan, which they halfway spent the time and equity into building Liv Morgan, but they never really pulled the trigger to have like an actual feud or something and make her big enough to where Bianca to defeat her, and then feels like she, something else. So I just don't see. It's the same thing of what happened with Charlotte and Becky. And Becky was supposed to be a heel. Becky was supposed to be a heel all the way, that whole thing. And she kept trying. And we kept cheering for Becky. And I think the same thing is going to happen. And now you're in a position to where you have someone that is a main event star that could carry a company, that not only is just an incredible athlete, but an incredible human being with a crazy triumphant story in Bianca Belair of her overcoming bulimia, her overcoming her mental illness, her being a star athlete, her doing like all these amazing accomplishments and things, the things that you search for in a star wrestler. And now you're going to lose that, and you're going to be forced to turn her heel. Like, because it's going to be no other way, because everybody else is going to feel indifferent. When we watch that ring, when this happened, the energy was, yeah, I mean, Belair's right, but I mean, it's Becky. Like, she's Stone Cold. She is Stone Cold. Nobody wanted Stone Cold to turn heel.
Well, I do agree she is Stone Cold, but I don't know if she's that far removed from maybe being able to turn heel. And I think Matthew brings up a good point here, and I agree with you. I mean, we've spent the time, like, finally we spent the time building up somebody that should be like a main event. Not only in the women's division, just on the card in Bianca Belair, and for Becky to come back and just be like, nope, and just, I like that Bianca is using logic, because logic, usually wins out. But Matthew brings up a good point, and we're like, well, she's Stone Cold. We don't want to boo her. What if they just straight up put her with Seth Rollins? You don't even think that would? No, dude,
come on.
Okay, Baron Corbin, then everyone will boo everybody.
Yes, if they put her with Baron Corbin, but please understand the work that Seth Rollins is doing, and I mean, maybe by kid proxy, maybe, but still, it's Becky. Like, Becky had a stranglehold on everybody in 2019. Like, she was over. Remember, she was supposed to be a heel all the way until she got busted in the face by Nia Jax. And then it was just no way of denying that the crowd was behind her. Like, everybody was behind her before, but it was no way of denying that now. And I just think that pulling this card, like, it's an interesting move of like, okay, yeah, like, it can be done, but it has to be done heavy-handed, I feel. Like, the nope was kind of cool. Like, she didn't even get booed when she said nope. It was just like, hey. It's like, yo, she's going to have to do something drastic enough, and it can't be on camera. It can't be in a ring. It can't be like, it has to be something drastic backstage where she like beats the brakes off of Bianca Belair.
Yeah, it's got to be like that uncomfortable Mick Foley beat down by Evolution. Do you remember that, dude?
Right. And I mean, hey, we have Extreme Rules coming up, and it just may have to be that Edge and Mick Foley match. It may have.
I mean, I did mention Seth Rollins. It could be the Seth Rollins Fiend match where everyone just turns on. I mean, I'm saying it, and it's like, we get it. Just beat him already. Like, you beat it. We get it. Now we don't like you. But I mean, I think it could be done. I think heel Becky could be done. They have to change the music. Music has got to go. The music has got to go immediately.
This is my point. I laughed as well. I laughed. I didn't say, damn, you're fucking mean. I laughed. I said, that's great. That's not a heel.
No.
You know what the heel is? When Seth Rollins did that backstage promo and mimicked Edge, but then at the end was like, I'm going to come down to your level. Like, I'm going to be at your level now. and had the serious face and then just started smiling at them. I was like, oh, that made me feel away. That was creepy. Heel.
I think it can be done. I'm interested to see if they actually go through with it. It'd be nice of them to not take the easy way out.
I don't know, man. It took Roman Reigns, like comparing to Roman Reigns' heel turn and being inspired by that. Understand that everybody wanted Roman heel. Yeah, nobody wanted Becky heel. Like that's why I said this is Stone Cold was a heel his whole career, and he just turned quote unquote heel against The Rock at 17, and it still was such a hard turn that when he did comedy stuff, right, he had to do like comedy things to like. He was the Seth Rollins, like how Seth Rollins is doing, like, well, he was before Edge. He was doing like the comedy heel stuff, the
Joker.
Yeah, the Joker, right? Like he had to do that just so people could be like, ha ha ha, boo.
Yeah.
Because if it's not that, we want to see you stun somebody. Every time you stun somebody, we're gonna cheer. We want to see you come down and interrupt things and cause chaos. That's what we want.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I would like them to not try and take the easy way out and just turn Bianca. But also, why couldn't Becky just? I mean, well, because
Seth Rollins is on SmackDown, and SmackDown paid $2 billion or Fox paid $2 billion for SmackDown. And if you're gonna have anybody on SmackDown, you're gonna have the man. And by the way, and I think this is not said enough, and that's probably because she's a heel. She's the first women's champion with a child.
No, she's not.
Who?
Asuka. Asuka has kids.
Asuka has kids? Why has nobody said that?
Because she's very secretive about it. She doesn't tell anybody. I've seen it in an interview before when she was talking about Becky.
Becky came out after a year and a half of having a child and looks like she's never had a child in her life. And I mean, incredible. Like, kudos to Becky for that. Because she just didn't start training today or last week. Like, she had to be training and like, incredible. Kudos to Becky. But anyways, that's probably why they're not mentioning it, that, you know, because everybody be, again, yay, Becky.
Yeah.
The loser is Bianca in this, and it sucks.
It sucks. Well, I mean, I also know that they're going to be doing, again, you think Belair would be better heel than Becky, who has more of a meaner attitude than Belair?
I think so. This question is interesting because or a comment rather. I think it's Bianca Belair has a chance. Like, I feel like she had a chance to turn heel if Becky would have came back in a clean way. And I think she was starting to show a little edge when Carmella and Zelina Vega, they did a handicap match, and she was like, I'm no longer like, yes, you know, I'm the toughest, the roughest, but she was like, now I'm gonna show you that I'm the meanest, I'm the baddest, and I felt that. I'm like, oh, now she's getting a little edge to her. So yeah, like she could technically turn heel, but again, she's not gonna live in a heel space. Like she's gonna be in a space of tweener. Like, she's not going to be a full heel. Like, I would ask the chat, how is Bianca going to turn? Like you said, she's going to choke her with her hair. People will cheer. Hit her with a chair.
She's going to kick her baby. She's going to Gene Snitsky.
I was going to say she's a Snitsky. Well, that's a heel. That's a heel right there. I don't know. But that's the thing, man. I think we're definitely gonna way too many heels on SmackDown. Look, they got Toni Storm there. They got Knox. They got Shotzi. They have a a lot of women that they need to build and pull the trigger on in order to make this right, because right now you just have the top two. You have Bianca and Becky, and you have nobody else. Like, I mean, you don't see anybody else contending for that title.
The other thing is, aren't they going to do a draft again soon?
Yeah, they're supposed to do a draft. Well, it said it was supposed to be in August, but then it's going to be in October now, which I always hate because it's right before Survivor Series. And then, then it's like, I got to fight for this team that I just got traded to.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. What did I see? Do you think Charlotte would ever leave WWE to be with her dad and Andrade and AEW? Britt versus Charlotte would be a dream match.
Absolutely not.
I don't think so. I did read today that Charlotte told Andrade he needs to leave.
Yes. I heard
the wings.
I heard the interview. And yeah. She also said that Ric Flair caught a private jet to make the AAA match because he was going to miss his flight, so he rented a private jet.
Love it.
Which is insane. But no, she's not leaving, man. Like
they would never. They would throw so much money at her.
And she's comfortable. Like she has it. She has it in her hands, and like she told Andrade, I want you to leave and do it so you won't resent me, because he was gonna stay for her, and he said, I don't want you to resent me, so please go do your thing. Hey, if you stay, you stay gone, but if you come back, you get welcome back with open arms. And I think we have to start looking at it like that. I think Andrade will be back in WWE, just like I think if Adam Cole leaves, I think he will be back in WWE. The only people that won't be back in WWE for sure or won't be in WWE for sure are any of the EVPs at AEW, because they're EVPs, CM Punk and Moxley. Like, I don't think Moxley ever come back.
Matthew, this is a great idea, and I'll tell you why it's a great idea. Because I feel like the winner, whichever brand wins, should get the number 1 draft pick. That's what you fight for. I think that's a very good idea, Matthew.
What about this? What about this idea that Matthew had?
Baker for Charlotte. No, and I'm also turning around on Charlotte. I think I'm just to the point where I'm like, I'm over these weird grudges I have against people.
Well, welcome to my life, Pingo.
No, I don't know if that works for. I mean, Britt, again, like AEW is an indie show with a bunch of money and maybe a little bit more story, or a little less. I don't know. But I don't know if Charlotte would really thrive in AEW, honestly.
You know what? I think she would.
Yeah?
Because she will be the heel that will actually be a heel. Britt Baker's not a heel that's supposed to be a heel. Like, she will get booed out of that arena. Like, every arena.
Do you see this question from Hunter?
What is it? I have a question.
Adam Cole, would you stay with WWE for $1 million or go to AEW for $200K?
I will stay for $1 million. Because a couple of reasons. One, I have friends here. It's comfortable. I why not take a chance on myself and see if I could follow the same path as a AJ Styles did and become a top guy and reign supreme. If not, it's okay, because you know why? AEW will still be there at the end of the day. And I can always go to AEW and I will still at least make $1 million for the first year. if it doesn't work out and they release me after a year, I will still have that $1 million in my pocket and then go make $200K with my wife while we're sitting in our fabulous home that I built with my $1 million contract.
With that Titan money.
Exactly. Like easy.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Adam Cole and I wasn't just me signing for some reason, I would probably I'd take the $1 million.
Like, you're still wrestling.
You're still
You're not only that, you already have deals with up, down, but like you're already doing these other things with these other brands. Is getting your name out even more. I ask anybody in the chat that disagrees with me or Pingle that they'll take the $1 million. I would ask you this. In AEW, who is a household name?
Jim Ross. Got him. He tried to say I couldn't name one, and I said, good old JR.
You did. You named a non-wrestler.
Jericho.
Oh, Jericho. Let's
Sting.
see. You're doing and I mean I could break all these down.
CM Punk.
CM Punk. That's the one person I thought you were gonna say first, right? In which they said it in a chat. CM Punk. I'm glad the person said this. CM Punk. Now, I was in Florida and I seen a person walking and out of Animal Kingdom with the I was there CM Punk shirt. And I said, hey man, nice shirt. And he was like, man, I was there, it was crazy. Da, 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 da. And I was like, okay. That's the one person they have. How long is that going to last for them? Now you go to WWE. You have a slew of people that are household names. A slew of people that you can use to make your name as a household name. I mean, Roman, the New Day is as a whole are just more mainstream than not. Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair's in a C4 commercial. Charlotte Flair, ESPN. She had a whole beef with ESPN because they said she was Ric Flair's daughter. Like a whole beef, back and forth, a legit beef. Becky Lynch, the man actually had some. I don't think we could say that, and I almost said some stuff, but trust me, the man was on potential if she didn't get pregnant to be the man.
Oh yeah, you did almost say some stuff.
I did almost say some
stuff.
stuff.
Did he almost say?
I did almost say some stuff. Damian Priest had a match with Bad Bunny. Now, I don't think you guys understand how big Bad Bunny is, but if you think of how big an artist like Drake or Justin Bieber is, triple that, quadruple that. That's how big Bad Bunny is. Do you not? I have people come up to me like, oh yeah, that's that guy that had the match with Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. That guy. The Miz. The Miz is bigger than what people think. You think Adam Cole versus The Miz is not going to be a huge match or a huge draw? No, it will be. Like, unfortunately, AEW again is PWG. And they need but they need a breakout star. They need somebody that's going to actually be a household name. That's actually going to be that person. And I think CM Punk can do it, but if he's just going out and challenging people like Darby Allen, it's not going to work.
I think also, I mean, we're only in what? Is this year 2 or 3 of AEW?
3. Yeah. Which that's the thing, right? That's why I feel like
that's why you got to bring in the household names that might only last for a little bit and then build them up.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't see any signs of them being like, we're going to put the world title on Sting and he's going to hang out for.
They better not.
No, but I mean, like we see it with Hangman. They just need to put the effort they put into Hangman with like 3 other people at least. I mean, MJF, I feel like they're putting the effort in with him. I would be fine with that.
Whoa. Oh, Bad Bunny was a very bad celebrity. Again, he could be terrible at a celebrity basketball game, but I guarantee you that the ratings pop that he hit at that celebrity basketball game was astronomical, guys.
I have a question. Which wrestler from WWE or AEW will start the invasion first? I don't know. Bray Wyatt.
Triple H.
Triple H. Give Jungle Boy a tie. Jungle Boy. I mean, their Jungle Boy is also one.
So Jungle Boy has the potential. Now we're just talking potential, right? But like he's not a household name yet. But he has, his father is Luke Perry. You put a title run on him and put him on Good Day America. They're talking about his father. They're talking about David Arquette. They're talking about him being in a car with David Arquette, almost died. Like they have that for sure.
I also think, like, I mean, just talking about going viral, Orange Cassidy has that potential just to get, but I don't know if he'll be a household name, but he has the potential to just, I know a lot of people were like, what the fuck is this when they first saw him, and a lot of his clips went viral.
Right. My father.
I think they have the potential. It's just
absolutely,
we might be just too early. And I know 3 years isn't really early for anything. And especially in like, what have you done for me lately? Kind of scenarios we live in now, but I mean, they're almost there. I think they're almost there. There's a couple of people that they could make household names for sure.
Right. And I mean, it takes time, and that's what I'm saying. Like there's no reason why the Young Bucks shouldn't be household names, and I mean they are to most wrestling fan. But they need to be to the person that's not a wrestling fan. It's like, who are these guys from California that like is wearing all these crazy like outfits and like all these designer shoes? It's no reason they shouldn't be on an ESPN, a Fox Sports, wherever. Well, Fox Sports maybe not, but a Bleacher Report or whatever the case may be. Like just talking about wrestling or having interviews here, having interviews there, doing crossovers on shows. Maybe like only thing we got was Cody Rhodes and the Big Show.
Yeah,
so I think they have the potential, they have the characters, they have the charisma enough to do it. But and we're talking about Adam Cole, and just that's why he could wait another 3 years to go to AEW, because AEW is only going to get hotter if they continue on this path.
Absolutely. And with that, let's we want to preview All Out.
Let's give a little preview of All Out, shall we?
So just to let you guys know, Neeson and I are going to be doing a full like prediction video. Look for that on Thursday or Friday. And then also just to let you know, this is the plan as of right now. We do plan to all be in studio and we'll be live after All Out. That should be insane. It should be a fun time.
We got a question right before we get into All Out, which I think this is important.
Derek's coming with the great questions today.
What could Impact do to make it a top show?
I mean, this is like the beginning of an essay. What could Impact do to make it a top show?
I have an idea.
Yeah, go for it, because I got nothing right now.
They need one popular celebrity to have a Twitter beef with one of their wrestlers, to the point where you have the internet blogs picking it up, not per se like mainstream news, but like the internet blogs. And I think you have an altercation. Like they need something to get them in the news. It's kind of like an old publicity stunt. Like they need one of those, because it's not like they don't have the talent. They have the talent. Now they have the people back. And I think their production is getting a little better. So I think now is this thing of, okay, how do we get our name in the news? Let's do a publicity stunt. Like let's let's have a little more renegade to us. Let's have a little more edge, a little more controversy, just to have the eyeballs.
I think
because everybody's good wrestling. Like,
yeah,
wrestling isn't going to do it
because they're on. They need to get off whatever channel they're on, and they need to
Stadium, or are they on?
No, they're not on Stadium.
Access, right?
ROH is on Stadium.
Oh,
I'm sorry, they're on MS. They're on MSG. I'm sorry,
MSG. But that is okay.
I don't know. They're on. They're not on Pop, are they?
No, they're not on Pop.
See, this is the problem. What state? Like, I don't know. What they're on Access. Okay, so they're on Access. They can get off Access. I think they need to start maybe shopping and being like, look at what AEW is doing. If we had your company backing us, maybe things we could pull these numbers. These are our talents, all this stuff. I think that might be the first thing, because as we know, they're very their PR department's very, I think, is very good. They've done a lot of great stuff for us, with getting interviews and stuff like that. So I think they have the right people in place. I think they just need ESPN. Well, here's the thing. WWE doesn't have a deal with ESPN anymore, right?
No.
Matthew, that would be huge. If they were on ESPN, I don't know when they would put it on ESPN, but that would be crazy. Even ESPN2, that would be nuts. And yeah, back in the day, TNA was amazing. And now that's how they still have the talent. They still have great matches. It's just like, what is it that is missing? And I feel like it's, when I said, what station are they on? Neither one of us knew. I know people in the chat do, because we do have some people that watch Impact weekly on Thursdays, I think. See, that's the other thing.
Thursdays.
It's Thursdays. But that would be crazy. If that happened, I think they just need a better station.
See, I feel like even having a better station,
they're going to get Braun Strowman, so it's okay. They'll be fine.
But having a better station does not grant you attention. I think with AEW being on TNT, that helped them, but what really helped them was the energy that they made behind, we are the company that wasn't supposed to succeed. Like, all their promo stuff was like, we weren't supposed to do this, we weren't supposed to do that, yada yada yada. The internet of the Twitter of the Young Bucks going crazy about everything and tweeting about everything. Tony Khan commenting on everything that happens with WWE. It's all the external stuff that brings eyes and into the ecos. And I think it's not about wrestling at the TNA. Like, TNA has good wrestling, but so does ROH has good wrestling. So does Beyond have good wrestling. So does MLW. So does any other wrestling that has the television contract. They have good wrestling. It's the fact of, okay, well, how can we make the energy around this good wrestling be bigger or feel bigger than what it is? How can I get my attention to Pingle? Like, what is going to, as he's scrolling on Instagram and Twitter, because that's where his eyes are, right? Like, that's where our eyes are on screens. What's going to pop up to make him be like, what? This is happening? Yeah, Impact invades WWE. Something like that, of course. Of course that's going to happen. But I will respond to this, Todd, because I think that's a great thing. What if Impact invaded NFL game? Like, what if Impact invaded a basketball game, or like and I say invaded, but what if they like had something to go on with some other athletes, and that way, now LeBron, I'm just throwing out a name. Now LeBron James shows up like, yo, what? I'm gonna see you on Thursday, kid. Now what? Is that going to have everybody be like, what? LeBron James is, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, they need something like that.
It's got to be like a celebrity status, or like maybe an MMA.
Yes.
It's got to be something like that.
If you have if you have Braun Strowman show up in the Impact Zone, whatever, have him show up to Conor McGregor's next fight or some shit, and have him talk shit, and Conor like, I'm gonna see you, you know.
I mean, they did
Thursday.
that shit with Undertaker and Brock, where they just faced off, and then nothing happened for like years.
And it was still money when it happened. And actually told that story in the package when it happened.
Crazy.
Guys, that's all you have to do. But
John Jones calling out Chris Bay. No.
I'm locked in. I am locked in. I'm tuning in every Thursday night because it's gonna be masterful. Because Chris Bay is slick on the mic, and
love Chris Bay.
John Jones he's John Jones. But stuff like that, man. I wouldn't object seeing LeBron James getting his ass kicked by a wrestler. Okay, relax, Matthew. I know where this is going. Okay, relax, guy. 2020 champions. Let's get into this all out.
All right. So how do we want to do this here? Because we don't want to give predictions. We just kind of want to run down the card here.
Yeah, let's run down a card, and let's just say, you know, what are the match you looking forward to the most?
Love this poster. This card is stacked,
baby.
By the way. And I mean, the match I'm looking forward to the most, I mean, without question, guys, Paul White versus QT Marshall. Oh my goodness, the match no one asked for. That match literally should be Big Show punch. That's the end of the match. That's it. Punch him straight in the face. That's it.
QT Marshall's winning with a diamond cutter.
Actually, I would be fine with that too. QT Marshall, household name. That's what his gimmick should be. I'm a household name.
You know what? You know who that gimmick should be? That gimmick should be Ricky Starks.
You know what? We didn't even mention Ricky Starks. I think he has. If they start to put oh my God, dude.
Let me tell you, I keep saying this. I can't wait till he shows up in WWE because he's gonna be a bona fide, like, just household star. And he's gonna be on everything. Everything.
So you asked me what match I'm most excited.
What match are you most excited to see?
We've got Punk and Darby in the chat. We've got Miro Kingston. I'm very excited for Miro Kingston. I think that's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just like, it's kind of hard because, like, you know, the default is Punk Darby because I'm excited to see Punk in the ring again. But okay. I'm actually probably the most excited for Andrade Pac. I think that match is going to be on Omega Pac levels. I think that match is going to be amazing. I'm really excited for that. And you know what the best part about this card is? And no one's paying me to say this. It's really hard to pick a match that you're the most excited for because the card is legitimately stacked.
Really?
I think so. We got Lucha Bros Bucks in the cage. We got Kojima and Moxley. Not the New Japan person I thought we would see, but I'm still excited to see it. MJ, we possibly have Chris Jericho retiring. I'm sure that's not going to happen, but it could, and we'll see if he's a man of his word there. And I mean, even I know we didn't want him to run it back so soon. We got Omega and Christian Cage. This should be a double title match, by the way. I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, and even Statlander gets her shot at the championship against Britt Baker. There's a lot to be excited about. But I think the moment I heard Pac was like, when you're ready to jump, let's go. And then they made it official. I went, yes, that is the match I'm most excited to see.
Ooh, the chat is lively.
Yes.
Let's see here. Let's go down. Going down here. Punk
Miro
Darby,
Kingston.
Miro Kingston. Ricky is going to be the first one to jump. I believe so as well. That match. Yes. Refusing. Okay. I will say this. I'm a person of storyline. And the most story going into this to me is Pac and Andrade.
Yeah.
And that's the match I am
and Jericho MJF.
Well, yes, and I was gonna say in Jericho MJF, but I haven't been excited for a Chris Jericho match in a very long time.
Fair.
And I just think this ran its course a long time ago. Like, I'm just not excited about this. And as you were talking about Jericho and MJF, the inner circle is dead, right? Like, there is no more inner circle. And he talked about how
not at all.
These things don't last, and they're dead. So, but yeah, I think the most story is the Pac and Andrade, man. I think it's great. I know the Cage and Omega kind of hot shot. Everything else I felt like is hot shot. The Lucha and Bucks, I mean, in a Cage
mini eliminator match to get there. They already have the rivalry.
Right. It's there. Look, if QT and Paul, if I cared about anything of this, maybe that. But you couldn't pay me to care about QT or Paul. I think the Mox match is great for a match.
Yeah, just a match.
Yeah, I think it's just a match. But I think a lot of these are matches. I think the Miro and Eddie Kingston match is going to be fan-effing-tastic. But I think it's a match. I'm really upset that this is just a match.
Yeah, I feel like Statlander deserves more, and I feel like Britt Baker deserves a lot more.
Come on, like it just give me something to sink my teeth into with them too. Like, these are two, of I know our favorite female wrestlers in AEW, and I'm sure most of people's favorite female wrestlers at AEW. Just come on, man. Like, we know this is gonna be a banger. Britt Baker is their person. Statlander is that chick. Or that alien. Let's give us some more. Give us some more boop. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a great wrestling card for sure. Just reminds me of us going to PWG.
And also, just again, make sure to check us out. After this 5-hour show, we will be doing it. Get ready, folks. There's a rumor that once CM Punk ends his feud with Darby, you're fine. He will go. I think it's way too soon. That's way too soon. He'll feud with Omega for the AEW World Title. Way too soon. If he's like, I got a bunch of scores to settle, like, settle some of those scores, sir. Mongo should pick a wrestler as a stand-in against Angel Hernandez. Oh, I know who Angel Hernandez is. He is literally the worst umpire in Major League Baseball. Picking a wrestler as a stand-in, finishing their feud from Wrigley Field. Oh, interesting. So yeah. I think that about wraps it up for us. Once again, we went way over what we said we would. Oh, good thing I ate dinner already. Neeson, did you eat dinner?
I had a protein shake, so I did not eat dinner.
There you go. All right, guys. Make sure you check us out at our. Those are they're over there in the corner. Just follow us on those. Instagram.com/THS THS.wrestling. Thank you, Todd. Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News. YouTube.com/that #show. Make sure you check that out. We did film a lot of stuff last weekend.
Coming out 2 weeks ago, it feels like.
It'll come out. It'll be out soon. You'll get to see some toys and some wrestlers and some other stuff. It'll be a fun time. Twitch.tv/that #show. What's up?
I need to go pick up my 64 from you.
Oh yeah. Lauren was like, what is this? I'm like, first of all, it's a Nintendo 64. Secondly, it's not mine. Don't worry about it. But and then I was like, thirdly, I'm pretty sure we have one in the house we lived in before this. Anyway, yeah, you got to come get that. Yeah, you don't have to come get it right now. It's fine.
No, I'll come get it right now. I'm leaving right now.
It's chilling. All right, guys. Make sure you check out that #show.com for everything trending in geek, pop, culture, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, Tegan. I know you're in LA. Let's meet up and get some food or something. Bye.
Oh.